Hello, my treasured viewers and listeners. Welcome back to Alfonso de Rothschild's Tutorials, a channel dedicated to helping all of us have a better grasp of the English language, this all-important language for our everyday communication and business transactions, for executive and staff meetings, for conferences, for the marketing of products, and for sitting or taking examinations of all brands. Are you a Jambite, a WAEC, NECO, or NAPTEP hopeful, or an IELTS prospect? This channel is for you. In our past videos, we focused our attention to various kinds of tenses of English language, helping all of us to deepen our knowledge in English grammar. From today, we'll be introducing a series of videos on quantifiers. Quantifiers. Do I hear you saying in your mind, what are they? What are quantifiers? This, of course, is the first question that we're going to answer for today as we move on. Do not forget that my name is Ogochukwuonuoha, your usual anchor, and the channel is Alfonso de Rothschild's Tutorials. If you like what we are doing here, I enjoin you to like and share this video and to subscribe to this channel so that we'll be giving you more of this kind of videos. What are quantifiers? Quantifiers are adjectives. They are adjectival words and sometimes phrases that go with nouns and pronouns to talk about the amounts of the nouns, the number of the nouns, or pronouns. The quantifier is a determiner, that is an adjectival word that introduces nouns and pronouns in sentences, but sometimes they can also become pronouns when they are used instead of the particular name or the particular names of nouns. Then the determiners become pronouns. There are 5 categories of determiners that we want to talk about. But for today, we'll be discussing the first of these categories. In other words, all determiners in English language, or you could say all quantifiers in English language functioning, of course, as determiners of pronouns, are divided into 5 categories or into 5 groups. It is these 5 groups that we'll be discussing under quantifiers. But for today, we will limit our discussion to the first of the 5 groups. And these are quantifiers that identify either all members of a group or nearly all members of a group. Quantifiers that identify all members of a group, that is all items that make up a quantity, or all that make up an amount, or nearly all items that make up a number, or nearly all the constituents of an amount. These quantifiers are all, both, each, every, and most. In this lesson, we'll be talking about how to use these quantifiers effectively. Let us begin with all. All. First of all, we'll take a look at how to use all as a determiner. Remember that when it is a determiner, it is an adjective identifying the quantity or amount of nouns that are involved. Let us talk about all. When it is used with an uncountable noun, let us take an example. It says, all responsibility for the accident has been placed on the motorist. In this example, responsibility is an uncountable noun. So, all is used with an uncountable noun in this example. Let us take a second example. It says, in the university, all behavior, all behavior contrary to ethics is handled by the disciplinary community. In these two examples, responsibility and behavior are uncountable in their use, and so naturally, because each of them is the subject of a sentence, the verb that goes with them is singular in number. Has and is, since the nouns themselves are uncountable. When all is used with a countable noun, it is usually the plural form. So it is the plural form of a countable noun that can go with all. Examples 1. It says, unfortunately, all the flowers, all the flowers. So when we use all with a plural countable noun, we sometimes include the article the, especially when one is referring to a particular plural noun that's already known to the person who is listening. Let us take another example. It says, as we expected, all issues of attendance were waived by the authorities. All issues. So, if the plural countable noun is not one that is already known by the listener, or one that the speaker is talking about for the first time to the listener, then the article they could be omitted. So number 2 says, as we expected, all issues of attendance were waived by the authorities. All issues of attendance were waived by the authorities. All can also be used as all plus of plus the. That is all followed by the preposition of and the article the. So we now say all of the. And when this is the case, the noun that comes could be countable or uncountable. Example, it says all of the dancers, that is all plus of and the, followed by a plural countable noun. All of the dancers came from the French territory. It says, the vendor poured away all of the spoiled oil. I'd like you to understand that when we say all of the, we are being emphatic. Because we can also say all the dancers came from the French territory. But when we say all of the, we are making an emphasis. We are trying to emphasize the fact that none is exempt, none is missing, none is discounted. Everybody is inclusive. That is when we say all of the. If we're not being emphatic, we can say all the and avoid using the preposition of. Good. The equivalent of all of the is to say the whole. The whole. Let us take an example. Number 3. All of the complaints, or we can say the whole complaints, were lodged with the CEO. So all of the can also become the whole. The next is we use all along with time expression. When I say time expression, I mean an adverb or adverbial referring to the time of an action. Usually, the adverbial we're talking about is the word day or all day, or we can say the whole, day, as the case may be. Let us take an example. All day. It says, Louisa played the piano all day. It says, we spent all day, or we could say we spent the whole day waiting for the train. Number 3, It says all week came to pass without any spectacular event. All week came to, so say all day, the whole day, all week, the whole week. In this in these examples, all week, all day, or the whole day are adverbial. We call them time expressions. They tell us what time in the day, or what duration, or what period in the day, in the week, in the month the action lasted. It says in number 4, although the event took off as planned, detractors had spent all month, or could say has spent the whole month, has spent all month or the whole month trying to foil it. And so, in this way, we've been able to specify or give us details of how to use all effectively as a determiner. That is as an adjectival word introducing nouns in sentences. But it can also be used to function as a pronoun. As a pronoun, that is all as a pronoun. Let me give you an example. The first example here says, which of those books belong to Daniel? That's a question. Which of those books belong to Daniel? And an answer says, I'm afraid all. All here is a pronoun because it stands for books. Now, if we say, Number 2 says the teachers' conference witnessed a large attendance. The teachers' conference witnessed a large attendance. All were women. That means all attendees, all participants in the conference were women. So all here is a pronoun standing for the noun women. I guess you have one or more questions to ask or an observation to make. Please drop these on the comment section and I'll respond to you pronto. Alternatively, you can chat me up on WhatsApp using the number 091 333 That way, you'll be able to give me your reaction to our lessons and possibly suggest ways of making them better. You may also email me using the email address alfonso@gmail.com. Right now, we can resume our discussion. Both. We use both noun as a determiner, that is, as an adjectival word. First of all, we say both plus pronouns. That's both plus two pronouns. Says both you and I understand why John had to resign. Both you and I understand why John had to resign. Number 2 says, Sheila said that she and they would have to formalize an agreement. So in these two examples, both is used to introduce two pronouns, you and I, and then she and they. So we now talk about both followed by the article the and nouns. So when I'm saying for number one, it says both the roads, because both is a plural determinant. The noun that comes after it naturally has to be plural in number. So we have both the roads leading to the town are flooded. Number two says Emily gave both her bonnets to Frances. Next we have both followed by the pronoun of, and that is followed by the preposition of, and then pronouns. So we can have the example. Says both of them, that is both plus of and the pronoun them. Both of them have been disqualified from the contest. Number two, the matron spoke to both of you. When both is used with of and pronoun, usually it can be used only with them and you and us. That's the plural pronouns. Usually the object form, the object of we is us, the object of they is them, the object of you is you. So we can say both of them, both of you, and both of us. Example. It says, Clem knows he can outwit both of us. Clem knows he can't outwit both of us. Or Clem knows he cannot outwit both of us. Now we talk about both followed by nouns. Example: number 1 says here, both the boy and his niece, that is both plus nouns, both the boy and his niece hail from a neighboring town. Number 2 says, both Mr. Audu's car and his truck were involved in the accident. Alright, we will continue with this video on the first category of quantifiers on our next lesson. Then we will treat each, every, and most. The time that we have today will not permit us to treat all. I hope you've learned something from our video today. If your answer is in the affirmative, then like this video and share it so that many more people will avail themselves of the rich benefits derivable from this video. And subscribe to our channel so that you'll be receiving our subsequent videos straight into your inbox. As I invite you to join me on our next video, have a pleasant day for yourselves and never stop learning English.